It took 15 months, hundreds of interviews, and innumerable tears to find a job after I graduated from Clemson. You know why? It was not because I was not qualified or that I did not have the right skills. It was not even because I had a very, very thick Indian accent when I came to America. It was only because I was not a citizen of the United States of America. I came to the United States to pursue my master's degree in environmental engineering in 2010. But what really attracted me to this country was the idea of the American dream, that glamorous dream of having a six-figure salary, a luxurious car, a big house, and a whole lot more. I vividly remember receiving an admit letter from the Clemson's graduate program. But even before I could begin celebrating my achievement with my family and my friends, I hustled around to get my visa application process started. Because without a student visa, I would not be even allowed inside the country. So the pursuit of my American dream started with a student visa and a loan of $30,000. A small price to pay, I thought, to achieve the American dream. So with the student visa, I came to Clemson. I did well in my classes. I even worked for free when my advisor did not have the funds to pay me. My master's thesis gained international recognition. But after graduation, I had several interviews, and I thought I did well in them. But there was one question that always failed me. Are you a citizen of the United States? And as soon as I revealed my citizenship status, I sensed rejection. I was denied the job. You see, after completing my studies on my student visa, I now needed an employment visa to be able to work in the US. And this visa needed to be sponsored by the company that would hire me. And after the economic crisis, many companies had adopted a no work visa policy. But I wasn't going to give up this easily. After all, the US immigration system was designed to attract talented and hardworking individuals. Finally, after a year of interviews, cold calls, and unsolicited job applications, a company offered a job to me. They even agreed to sponsor my visa. I accepted the offer without batting an eyelid. There was just one problem, though. This job was in a different city. When I mentioned this to my husband, he screamed, "Freedom!" Now, don't be so excited. This just means that you'll be doing your own dishes. We were newlyweds at the time, and living away from each other was not going to be easy. But we both agreed this was important to me and my American dream. But my American dream was shattered in the first week at my new job. Despite working long hours, I was yelled at for leaving work early. I was mocked for being a woman in the man's world. I was often reminded why I was given this job. On one occasion, I worked until midnight to meet a project deadline. The following morning, at a team meeting, my boss threw the project file. "Pooja, If you worked on this piece of shoot until midnight, then shame on you for being an engineer. I froze in my chair. It was only when things looked blurry I realized I had tears in my eyes. I ran to the ladies' room and cried my eyes out. But after a few minutes, I washed my face and walked right back into the room. This was one of the many occasions when I just wanted to quit and go back. After working in the company for 2 years, my boss called me into his office. "Pooja, you're fired!" You would think in that moment my reaction would be of shock, pain, or anger. Instead, I walked out of his office, took my belongings, and left. As I was driving home, I asked myself, what had I gained by chasing this American dream? A mounting loan? A life away from my family and my husband? A job that I did not even like? In the weeks that followed, I felt so rejected by this country and the dream it had promised that I decided it was just not worth chasing this American dream. I questioned my decision of moving from India to the United States. Growing up in India, it was common to pursue a degree in engineering or medicine because it was considered prestigious, it was a safe choice, and everyone was doing it. That was the Indian dream. Many of us liked what we did. Very few had the courage to abandon their degrees and follow their dreams. But most of us were left confused and unsure about our future. But America, for me, was going to be a different place. This was the land of opportunities, possibilities, and taking risks. And yet, I was measuring the success of my American dream in terms of the wealth I was collecting, and not my personal goals and choices. I realized the American dream is not a package deal of having a job, a car, and a house. It is about making intentional choices for yourself and taking ownership of those choices. Being close to my family, waiting for the right job opportunity, and working at a company that respected me were some of the choices I made since losing my job. And the results just followed naturally. 3 years since, I stand before you sharing my journey. Today, I'm leading multiple projects at my new job. I even got a transfer to the company's world headquarters in California with a new visa. And I'm running the house single-handedly while my husband completes his graduate degree. Today, I'm living my American dream of my choices. So, my fellow dreamers, I encourage y'all to shed the pursuit of these packaged dreams and begin to live your dream of your choices, because your dream is the American dream. Thank you.